Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to the nVidia DGX Spark setup series. If you are new here, this little beast, the DGX Spark, is basically a personal AI supercomputer that fits under your desk. And we are going to turn it into a full-blown private AI data center. So far in this series, we have covered unboxing and installing the machine. We added some basic tools like screenshot apps. We installed creative stuff like Paint, Screen Recorder, Kdenlive for video editing, and set up the note-taking apps plus awesome code editors like VSCode, Z, and SSH for remote work. Today we are hitting the really exciting part. We are going to turn this thing into your own private chat GPT style powerhouse using Ollama. No monthly subscription, no data leaving your house, full privacy, and enough power to run massive 120 billion parameters model locally. So you're going to literally have your own AI cloud at home that you can use for coding, research, building apps, or even launching any startup. That's it. So in under 15 minutes, your DGX Spark is now a private AI data center that can reason like the beast cloud models. It's a code like a senior dev sitting right next to you. It can see and understand the image and documents. And finally, is going to keep everything 100% private and offline. So far, here is what we are going to cover in this video today. We are going to install Ollama itself, the engine that runs large language models on your machine. We are going to install GPT OSS or any other open source GPT class monster data models, LLM models like 70 billion or 120 billion range that actually can fit in and run fast on the Spark machine. We are going to install the best general and reasoning model, DeepSeek R1, 70 billion parameter, or the 32 billion if you want it lightning fast. We are going to set up a huge open GPT style model, whatever massive one fits, like Ollama 3.3, 3.3, 405 billion quantize, or DeepSeek R1 70 billion again. We are going to install top coding model like Qwen 3 Coder 32B, and we are going to install the Vision plus OCR beast like Qwen 3 VL 32 billion parameter model. Okay, and finally we are going to install one more embedding model like Nomic Embed Text. And plus, on end of the video, we are going to fire up Open WebUI or something look like your own private GPT. And bonus, if the time permits, we are going to quickly talk about the Open NotebookLM, which is which looks like Google NotebookLM, but this is a local version. So you can install the Open NotebookLM on your local machine. So let's get started. Please keep in mind, our goal here is to configure AI models so they can act as a coding assistant right inside our code editor. By doing this, we are creating a vibe coding environment where large language models agents help you write and improve code as you work. So let's get started to set up VS Code and as well as Z as vibe coding environment. We are going to use this installation instruction from nVidia, but we are not going to follow it exactly the way they are. Instead, we are going to pull the latest and greatest models, and other than using VS Code editor, we are also going to set up our Z code editor. So first step is, let's open a terminal window and run the command curl fssl http://ollama.com install.sh. What this command does, this command silently downloads the installation script from ollama.com and immediately runs it with the shell, that is sh. And eventually is going to install the Ollama software on your system. Next step is we are going to install a couple of the LLM models. So as you can see on top of our list, we want to install the GPT OSS. So command to do this is simply run Ollama pull GPT-OSS:120b, indicating that we are downloading 120 billion parameter version of the GPT OSS model. Now I want to call out that it's up to you to download and select the model that best fits your machine capabilities. Choose a model that matches your hardware, and depending on when you're watching this video, pick the most up-to-date and the popular option available. So remember, the model you decide to run will depend on your both system resources and the current trends in the community. So as of now, as of today, I'm pulling these models which are state of the art. So for example, Ollama pull DeepSeek R1 70 billion, Qwen 3 Coder 32 billion, which is the best coder right now, Qwen 3 -VL 72 billion. It is really good for vision and OCR. And if the time permits, I'm going to install Llama 3.3 or Nomic-embed.txt, which is used for the embedding for the research, for the search and the RAG databases. Finally, after you finish downloading all the large language models, you must run Ollama list. What this command is going to do, this command will list all the models available on your local machine. Now let's head back to the NVIDIA installation instruction one more time. Here you will find some additional instruction about how to allow remote connection using VS Code or simply accessing it through Ollama HTTP server. So the whole idea is, now since you have set up all these large language models running on your DGX Spark machine, you can access these models on your network connecting to your DGX Spark machine, which is going to serve as a local AI data center. Finally, you can also go to your VS Code and download an extension called continue.dev. This extension is a third-party extension, and also it acts as a local AI agent to your local or remote VS Code, which you can use as a coding assistant. Now I assume at this point you already have a VS Code set up. So let's open up your Z-Code editor. Z-Code editor is a very smart tool. So click on the bottom right-hand side AI agent icon, or you can browse to the top right corner where you will see 3 dots. Once you click on those 3 dots, it will go to open a settings panel. Under settings panel, scroll down to the section named LLM providers. Here you will see different options which you can pick as your preferred AI LLM provider. Now make sure you see the section for Ollama and make sure that it has a check mark right next to it, indicating that this is the preferred selected LLM provider for your Z-Code editor. Now if you don't see it selected, there's a tiny refresh icon, which if you click on this, is going to connect to your Ollama server. And that's it. Now once you have your Z-Code editor ready, you can open the AI agent panel and ask any questions or run any inference in your Z-Code editor using that AI agents panel. Since we have our VS Code and Z-Code editor both set up to use Ollama server as preferred LLM provider, let's look at another way of using LLM models. Open WebUI. So again, if you browse to NVIDIA official documentation about using Open WebUI installation, you can always go back to their installation instruction and you can use it. But however, because I just need a light version of it, I'm going to choose a simple installation method. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open a terminal window and I'm going to browse to my local Python environment. And here I'm going to activate my local project environment using the command source bin activate. Now what this command does is going to activate my local environment. And then I'm going to install OpenWebUI simply by running pip install OpenWebUI. Now this command simply downloads and set up a default and simple OpenWebUI interface for LLM inference. Next command you want to run in your terminal window is OpenWebUI serve. Now once you run this command, OpenWebUI serve, this command will open a very intuitive, simple but very powerful web interface. First is going to ask you to add a name, user ID and password so that you can set up an admin account. And once you set up an admin account, it opens up a simple but a very powerful ChatGPT-like web interface. Now you can use this interface to run your inference. Remember, here you'll be able to pick and choose any of the model for your inference. It gives you full flexibility that at any given point of time, you can switch between the models. And you can also upload your documents and ask questions related to your document. Finally, I'm going to explore one last option, local NotebookLM. Now this is just like another if you have used Google NotebookLM version of it, imagine this local NotebookLM is a local version of the same thing. So if you already have tried Google NotebookLM and if you wish to work on your local private version instead of using the Google version, this is another super helpful and great alternative solution if you're worried about your data privacy and rather prefer a local notebook version than using Google. So that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Again, this is just the beginning. In follow-up videos we are going to get into the details. It's going to be really fun. We are going to install automatic and comfy UI for stable diffusion, generate unlimited images and video locally, and we are going to also use best open source audio generation model, text to speech, etc. And finally, the whole objective of this series is we are going to set up this AI machine and we are going to fine tune some other models so that we can make use of this machine as a creative studio and a startup data factory. Thank you.